4 months after the News Minute and Pratidhvani's investigation into how a private agency named Chilume was collecting voter data in Bengaluru, uploading it onto a private app and selling it to politicians, the Election Commission of India's probe report is now out. This is the 49-page probe report by Amlan Biswas, an IAS officer. Joining me today is the News Minute's editor-in-chief, Dhanya Rajendran, to explain this report to us. Firstly, Dhanya, what does the probe report say against Chilume?
So, the probe report by Amlan Biswas IAS primarily has found that Chilume, which is a private agency, the main person behind is a man called Ravi Kumar. It had sanction from the Bbmp, which is the local corporation of Bengaluru. It had various government orders in its favor. And using these government orders, Chilume had sent hundreds of volunteers to people's houses. They were collecting data from people and uploading it on a private app called Digital Samiksha. So here is an agency which is supposed to work with the Election Commission to actually spread awareness about voting practices. But instead, it had a private app. It also gave fake ID cards to its people saying booth level officers. There's an ID card that can only be given to a government officer or a quasi-government officer. But Chilume was giving it to everybody who worked with them. And they were posing as booth level officers, going to houses and getting this data.
So why should voters care about this report? Why should they be concerned?
So primarily when the investigation first came out, doubts were raised regarding three constituencies, Chikpet, Shivaji Nagar and Mahadevpura in Bengaluru. This report says that they could not find any electoral manipulation, which is the voter rolls have not been disturbed. Now, I think there is a logical explanation for that. We did the investigation and published in November. Chilume had just started its work in some of the places. It had completed its work only in Mahadevpura and Shivaji Nagar to some extent. So perhaps there was not enough time to do any sort of manipulation. However, if their work had continued, if we had not investigated and published our report, Chilume would have continued and we do not know how they would have used the data, right? Because this report says that Digital Samiksha has got a couple of questions which they ask every voter. For example, what is your name? What is your age? What is your address? How many people live in your house? But very dangerously, they've asked questions like, what is your political inclination? Who do you vote for? Now imagine someone comes to your house and asks, has a BLO card, is pretending to be a government officer and is asking you, who do you vote for? And you tell them, BJP, Congress, JDS, Aam Aadmi Party, CPM, whatever it is, how that data can be used. This clearly says that Chilume was selling data to politicians. At least one BJP politician, Nandish Reddy, has been mentioned. So voters have to be concerned that people are coming to their houses and getting this sort of data. The other issue of concern is that this report has found out that whatever data Chilume has collected is stored in servers abroad. It has to be either a Chinese server or an East European server is what the report says. And despite being asked, this data has not been given back to the government. So that's another thing which voters have to be concerned about.
You mentioned Nandish Reddy of the BJP. Are there any other politicians who've been named in this report?
Well, yes, Nandish Reddy is a former BJP MLA from KR-Pura in Bengaluru, and he has already told us that he had paid money to Chilume to get data. So imagine Chilume has a government order to collect your data and then they sell it to politicians. But the other politician whose name features in this report is Ashwath Narayana, the IT minister, who was also once the deputy chief minister of Karnataka. Now, when TNM initially investigated the case, the Congress immediately pointed out that Ravi Kumar, who runs Chilume, has links with Ashwath Narayana. But other than a few pictures with the two of them, there was not much proof, and Ashwath Narayana denied any deep links. But this report says that in 2016, Ravi Kumar transferred 15,000 rupees and 20,000 rupees to a foundation which was run by Ashwath Narayana. Now, he can just say it was a donation and get away with it. But there is another important link. Hombale Films, which is the production house which made movies like Kantara, they have given 10.9 lakhs, and another company which is connected to Hombale, which is called Raj Analytics, has also given around 6 lakh rupees. So what is the connection? Hombale has links with Ashwath Narayana. It is Ashwath Narayana's relative who founded Hombale. And of course, this money transaction from Hombale, when we asked them, why did you give money to Digital Samiksha, which is an app which does surveys, they said, oh, we wanted manpower for some of the promotions of our movies. So I asked again that, look, this is not an app which does any sort of manpower. They don't provide manpower. But the Humbale director who spoke to me said that no, one of our people may have hired. But this is a question which Ashwat Narayana has to answer now. Did he introduce Humbale to Chilume? Why did Humbale pay money to Digital Samiksha, which is only an app to do film promotion work?
And finally, what does the report say about the BBMP?
The Bbmp has been very badly indicted by the report. In fact, Amlan Biswas say that the way Bbmp conducts elections has to be completely revamped. Small things. For example, in September, this whole story starts with an NGO called Samanvaya, who was subcontracted by Chilume to collect information. They approached the Bbmp saying something is wrong with Chilume. They seem to be giving this BLO cards to our employees. So Amlan Biswas has found out that in September, though Samanvaya gave a complaint, Bbmp did not act on it. Till few of our reporters, he says till reporters went to the Bbmp chairperson, he was not even aware. So at some level, other Bbmp officers were subverting the complaint. So once we went and told the Bbmp chairperson, October 2022, he cancelled Chilume's order. The very next day, Chilume founder Ravi Kumar is in Samanvaya's office threatening the woman who runs Samanvaya, and our reporters were witness to the entire conversation. So there is someone in Bbmp who was helping Ravi Kumar, who was passing on information. And though this was supposed to be just a small project, at least 4 to 5 crores rupees has been given by the Bbmp to Ravi Kumar at various stages to do various surveys. So though this was supposed to be a small contract, at various stages the Bbmp has paid almost 4 to 5 crores to Chilume and the other companies associated. So like I said, this is perhaps just the tip of the iceberg. Though the electoral rolls don't seem to have been disturbed as per this probe, there are of course questions being raised from constituencies in Bengaluru like Shivaji Nagar, where hundreds of votes may be deleted. And this whole exercise could have been done in many other places, in many other constituencies, in many other states. This is something which all of us have to watch out for. And we are very glad that we could bring out this story, which has sort of ended with this good investigation by the IAS officer, and we are hoping that the government does take some action, because he is suggesting criminal action against Ravi Kumar and a full inquiry against Bbmp. Thank you to everyone who supported our journalism. Without you, it would not have been possible. Thank you again, and do become a member of the News Minute.